Hi, my name's Vinh. I'm a communication skills coach, and for the last 10 years, I've worked with Fortune 500 companies and I've trained millions of people to elevate the way they communicate. People pay me tens of thousands of dollars to coach them one-on-one. But in this video, you'll learn the 3 most unexpected lessons I've distilled from the last decade for free. The first thing, the mastery cycle formula. The second thing, the talent myth. And the third, you learning how to expand your role. And when you combine these 3 lessons together, you'll be able to keep growing while others plateau, be recognized as a true master in your field, and you'll become irreplaceable in your job. Lesson number 1, the mastery cycle. When I ran my last workshop, I remember looking out into the audience and I nearly fell off the stage because sitting in the audience was Raj Shamani, the guy who runs Asia's #1 podcast. And I thought to myself, wait, why is he here? He's already such a great communicator. It doesn't make sense. But then it hit me. That's exactly why he's there. That's the point. The greats never stop learning. Raj booked into my workshop as a storyteller. So that meant he was able to go on stage while I give him live feedback. So I'm doing live coaching. And in this situation, this would normally scare the shit out of people, but not this guy. Raj literally leaned over to me right before going on stage and he said to me, "Vin, don't hold back. I want you to coach the shit out of me." That's humility, that's hunger, and that's the words of someone pursuing greatness. The best don't see feedback as criticism. They see it as oxygen. That's why they can continue to climb higher and higher and higher. This right here is the mastery cycle. And it starts with the first step in green, which is try and apply. The reason it starts with that as the first step is because we live in a culture now where people are obsessed with knowledge consumption. We consume more content. Our poor organic brains are working against supercomputers that are there to program us to stay on the platform and watch another video. And because of this, we are trapped in this never-ending cycle of consumption where people no longer apply the things they learn. And we've fallen victim to believing that knowledge is power. But that statement is missing one word, which then actually makes it true, because knowledge is not power. If you just keep consuming knowledge, you just become a library. It's missing one word, and it's applied knowledge is power. This is why that first step is you applying the things you learn. How many podcasts have you listened to for financial freedom? Are you financially free yet? You're probably not, right? And the reason for that is because we just keep consuming. We should start applying. Hence why that first step is try and apply. Now, if you do that, that puts you ahead of 90% of people. And then if you do the next step, this now puts you into the 1%. Now your job is to reflect upon the trying and applying that you just did. And as you sit there and review and reflect and reflect and review, you're going to start to see things you've never seen before. You'll start to notice nuance. You'll start to go, oh, I've never noticed I do this with my communication skills. Oh, I've never noticed I did that with my hand gestures. Oh, I never noticed the way I move with my feet. And then once you start to gather those insights, now you go to the blue section, which is you plan and improve. What are you going to do differently the next time? And this is where you start to understand why this mastery cycle is a cycle. It's because after you've got a strong plan to improve based on the things you reflected and review on, now you try and apply again. And this is the journey of mastery. You continuously go through this cycle. And the more times you go through this, the better you get at your craft. I want to show you this mastery cycle in action. So I want you to see here in this video, you're going to see Raj learn a concept, then he's going to try and apply it, then I'm standing to the side and I'm doing the reflecting and reviewing for him, then I give him the plan on how he's going to improve, then I get him to try again. And watch how just in one cycle of the mastery cycle, him improving dramatically.
I went from nothing to last month, we became the world's top 50 podcast. Not only that, we became India's #1. We became Asia's #1. And I got so good at actually doing and grabbing attention that 1.5 billion people started listening to us every month.
So I want to hear what you sound like when you are at a 10, for example, like real loud, like, you're like a 10. Like I was at the peak of my career. It was so amazing. We got 1 billion views per month. Give me a level 10 voice, please. And then as you give a level 10, step forward as well, right? Double highlight. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, loud as you can, go.
And that obsession got so good that we started getting 1.5 billion views in a month.
Big round of applause. Good. Well done. Okay. Now, did you notice it? When he accessed the stronger levels of volume, what came to life? What came to life? Movement. The movement came to life. The movement went higher, more inspiring moves, but bigger version of you. You weren't afraid to do that.
How amazing is he? I mean, he's already amazing, but what I'm saying is he's incredibly coachable. Most people who get to his level of success, they start to believe they know it all. He was so humble. He was so open to feedback and learning. He sought after the feedback from me without any ego whatsoever. This is why I know he's going to keep soaring higher. The mastery cycle that you're learning right now is just one of 3 frameworks that I teach in a free 2-hour recorded masterclass that I've got for you if you want to dive deeper into these frameworks. Frameworks are amazing because once you learn them, it elevates the way you communicate in the moment spontaneously. So if you want to get access to that, just click the link in the description below. Otherwise, let's get back to the video. Now to my second student and the next unexpected lesson. This here on screen, that's Naomi. She's one of the few students in my life who has restored my faith in teaching. She didn't just take my online course and call it a day. She did the online course. She then did my 5-day virtual Zoom class intensive. Then she flew in person for my workshop. That's 3 times through the same material. And at first, you might think, didn't you get bored learning the same thing? But the reality is, she understood something most people miss. Repetition is the key to mastery. You see, amateurs, they practice until they get it right, but masters practice until they can't get it wrong. Most people resist repetition because they mistake familiarity for competence, and they chase novelty instead of nuance. And every single time Naomi revisited the fundamentals that we learned together, she discovered new layers. That's what repetition does. It reveals the invisible path towards mastery. Let me show you what most people think the path towards mastery looks like. They think it looks like this. They think it's a linear line. You learn the first thing, then you learn the second thing, then you learn the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and now I'm a master. That's why we have this desire to continually learn new things, because we think that the path towards mastery is about us learning lots of different things. And the more things we learn, the better of a master we're going to become, without realizing that the true path to mastery, the invisible path to mastery, looks a little more like this. So you first learn the first thing, you learn the first part of the fundamentals, and you're doing this. And you continue to go in circles, and then you get a little bit further forward. And then you keep going, and then you get a little bit further forward. And the path towards mastery, the invisible path towards mastery, looks a lot more like what I'm doing right now. It requires you to do what? Well, remember that first picture I drew? All those little circles that I'm drawing in red? It's me going through the mastery cycle again and again and again and again. Why am I kicking this dead horse? Why am I trying to push you to master your communication skills and master your craft? It's because we live in a world now filled with jack of all trades and masters of none. So if you want a competitive edge like nobody has these days, master your craft, master your ability to communicate. One of my mentors once told me, he said, "Hey Vinh, do you know why you are so good at communication? Do you know why you keep improving? It's because you keep teaching the same fundamentals over and over and over again. Every time you teach, you're refining. Every time you refine, you are mastering." And if you're sitting there and just asking yourself, did he just compliment himself? Yes, I did, and we're moving on. Now, let me show you what result repetition allows you to create. Check out this video of Naomi.
Your point of the story is so strong, but that's where I want the audience to lean into here.
Oh, yep.
As opposed to going out to them, make them come to you. So go loud, first of all. The reason I'm telling you this story is because, and then go soft for me.
Yep.
And instead of moving back, I want you to move forward as you go soft.
The reason I'm telling you this story is because what does every single human being want?
Softer.
To be seen.
Good. Softer.
To be heard. To be understood.
Big round of applause. That's it. Perfect.
You see that? Most people will look at Naomi and say, wow, she's such a natural on stage. But we all know better, don't we? This isn't her winging it on stage. This is what mastery looks like when you've put in the reps. Natural isn't natural. It's rehearsed so many times that it finally looks effortless. That's the secret. What looks like talent is often just relentless repetition. Now stick with me here, because this final lesson made my heart sing and then immediately made my heart sink in a good way. This last one floored me. Who you see here on the video now, his name is Azrael. And the moment he stepped on stage and shared his lesson and his story, it actually changed me as a teacher. I thought that if I delivered the knowledge, I'd done my job. But Azrael proved me wrong in the most unexpected way. It was what he said next on stage that truly did shock me.
And through many of these kinds of interactions, I came to believe that I have no choice, so why use my voice? And I became silent. Now, in a different thread of my life, I experienced depression, and I just could not bring myself to want to live. So I went on LinkedIn, and as I was scrolling, like this clip came up. Some guy was trying to sell his communications course. And being a skeptic in voice, I thought, no one's dumb enough to buy your course, especially not me. But as he spoke, I felt this shift from, I don't want to live, to maybe I do, maybe I do. Being dumb that day, I bought the course, and it brought me moments of joy throughout my sorrow. Before coming here, I was asked, why Vinh? And if I were to look at many great communicators, they use their skills to elevate themselves and say, look at me, do like me, be like me. But when you listen to Vinh, he uses his skills and says, look at you and who you can be. So my ask is, when you have control over your voice, that you speak for someone else, speak life into someone else. Because who knows, you might just save one. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, man. Thank you for sharing that. This was wild. This has never happened to me before, ever, in my entire teaching career. I can't believe I got to play a part in pulling him out of that darkness. And you know the wildest thing? I didn't even know at the time. I had no idea I had this impact on his life. And it wasn't because of any single piece of information or advice that I gave him. It was actually because of the way I showed up, with my energy, with my humor, with love, with hope. I mean, Azrael, when I was teaching that virtual class, he was just one face among over 500 people in my virtual class. But the positivity in my voice pulled him out of that dark place. That moment for me, when he shared that story on stage, it redefined for me what being a teacher means. It expanded my definition of what it means to be a teacher. I realize now that I'm not just here to transfer knowledge. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to push you to have more fun in life, to help create memorable moments together, to help you become more courageous, to give you energy and give you compassion, make you laugh till your cheeks hurt, provide you with hope, and yes, while doing all this, teach you communication skills as well. Azrael in that moment reminded me that being a teacher isn't just about content, it's about connection. The truth is, we are all teachers, including you. If you're a manager, you're teaching your team how to show up. If you're a parent, you're teaching your kids how to navigate the world. Even if you're an accountant, a barista, or a doctor, or an engineer, every interaction is a chance for you to create more impact. And that's the shift that Azrael gave me. It's not just about passing on information. It's about transferring energy, inspiration, hope, love, courage. Imagine for a second, you in your line of work, you expanded your role like this. You inspire people, not just inform them. You push people to have more fun in life. You create more experiences and not just transactions. You help people feel more courageous. You gave them energy and gave them compassion. You made them laugh until their cheeks hurt. And yes, you still did the job you were hired to do as well. Because here's what I believe. If my accountant did all of this, they wouldn't just be good with numbers, they'd be unforgettable. If my doctors did this, they wouldn't just heal bodies, they'd heal souls. And if you did this, you wouldn't just be doing your job. You might even end up one day save a life. So here's the lesson. As you expand your definition of your role, you're not just a job title, you're someone who can elevate, energize, and inspire every person you come across. That's the kind of impact people never forget. And just like Maya Angelou says, I've learned that people will forget what you've said. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. I really hope that my content on this YouTube channel improves your communication so you can create more abundance in your life, get that promotion that you're after, grow your business. I hope you're able to achieve all those things and more. And if I've added value to you along the way, here's my direct ask to you right now in this moment. Use your communication skills to spread more love, kindness, and compassion. The world needs this more than ever. And I'll remind you of a quote from Edmund Burke who says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to stand by and do nothing." This is why you must learn how to master your communication skills so you can give a voice to those who don't have one. Godspeed. That was bloody inspirational, wasn't it? I mean, the music definitely helped, so thank you, Peter, for editing that soundtrack in. And by the way, if you're still here and you want to go deeper down this rabbit hole and learn some real pragmatic skills on how to transform your communication skills, click this video that's popped up right here. Let's get real pragmatic together.